Sure, no problem. Okay.
That's
All
fine.
right. Hello, we are now live.
No, have you turned it up
Oh,
on
are we
that?
not? Oh,
You are now.
we're live now. Hello.
Oh, it's
Can you hear
exciting.
this? Is this live? I don't know. Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. all good.
Amazing.
Hello.
Why
dear
am I
friends.
here?
Hello and welcome to Dear Friends. This is a weird thing, a weird shape. I don't know if it's a podcast, radio, live stream, chat show, think piece, what I'm doing, who you are, but here we are.
Cute.
I know. I don't know if you know what's going on, but here I am with a little spiel for you. I'm Zarina Mohammed and I'm an artist and writer. I'm sat here in Banner Repeater, a gallery and bookstore that specialises in artist self-publishing, and it's on platform 1 of Hackney Downstation. If you want to come, I mean, you can.
It's the public.
Yeah. I'm currently doing a writing residency here at Banner Repeater, and I'm starting with this series, Dear Friends, which I will eventually turn into a publication as part of Banner Repeater's series Unpublish. Now, for this week and this week only, I'll be broadcasting live from the gallery with some special guests, dear friends, and we're going to be talking about Twitter.
Yes.
Yes, that's our plan. That sounds reductive af, but honestly, that's what we're on about. For 6 days, I'll be hosting 6 guests and discussing the potential Twitter has to be a discursive space, to play host to a new, more unstable form of writing, speech, and I've written something, but I can't read it on my cracked phone.
Oh no.
Oh, God.
Just make it up. Black.
Well, basically, we're just talking about Twitter and what it can do to writing. And I have a special guest in the studio here. The gallery here with me. And it is Gabrielle de la Puente, my art sister in crime as the White Pube.
Yay.
Yes, hello, Gabrielle.
Hi. Hello.
She's come straight from Liverpool this morning.
Literally this morning.
Very nice.
I got up so late. I went to bed at 4 o'clock last night.
Oh, my God, why did you do that?
Sex.
Oh, excellent start.
Oh, yeah, carry on.
But so we're talking about Twitter. I have some questions, but I mean they're very loose.
Okay.
So my first question is: we do a very weird thing. Like we're going straight into it.
Go
by
on.
the way, we do a very weird thing as the White Pube because we share a Twitter account, and we always have a bit of a weird moment with. I say followers. I don't like calling them our followers. Readers who are on Twitter
Yeah.
that follow us.
Yeah.
And they're always a bit confused about which one of us is tweeting.
It's
but
the
some
best.
people can tell.
Yeah.
So, to explain, if you don't know or aren't familiar with The White Pube, we are a art criticism website based at thewhitepube.com or at The White Pube on Twitter. And we're just quite...
It's nearly our second birthday.
It is.
It's our second birthday on the 12th of October, which is really nice.
That's really fun.
Yeah.
But we're quite noisy on Twitter. But, we also have this shared identity where we both have our own separate personal accounts, are both two separate anon accounts that we kind of use in this very weird way, which is another thing that we'll get onto. But on the White Pube, we kind of speak in one voice in tandem.
It was kind of weird, when for a long time when people asked what the White Pube was, we'd just say, oh, it's we started off by saying it was our criticism website. Then we liked the phrase research project because that sounded really cool and hip.
Auto Italia, use it, and we were like, that's what I want to be.
That's also what we are.
I want to be a research project too.
And then I think it was the Twitter that made me realize, or made me start saying the White Pube is the collaborative identity, I'm doing air quotes, collaborative identity of Gabrielle de la Puente and Zarina Mohammed. And I think it allowed for more or something, it was a bit looser, and it meant that we didn't have to keep explaining when we were like, oh, we've curated a film screening this week, oh, we've published something, oh, now we're critics in residence. It covered it all. It was a nice umbrella.
Yeah.
And it really is in action when we publish a tweet and no one knows who's done it.
No
That's
one except
nice.
for your boyfriend.
No one except for Michael
Really?
Lacey.
Some people know. And I want to actually find out, how can they tell?
Because we type differently.
We do.
You,
I can tell.
I don't know. I feel like I'm more curt and you're a bit looser and you use more words.
I really do. I struggle to fit things into 100.
Well, you're going to fucking love the fact that we've got 280 now.
Have we?
Yes.
I haven't bothered.
It's
Look.
disgusting.
I don't want to look.
like, I'm refusing to acknowledge it. The long tweet is disgusting.
My
I don't think
personal
we're
account
funny
doesn't
enough writers to make use of it and ban both of us. No,
we can't.
No,
use
we
that.
can't use it.
But of all the people that are going to use,
we got
probably
it. We were
me.
blessed.
Oh God.
Like,
that makes me a little bit sick.
Twitter are like rolling out the new like 280 characters shit, and I've got 4 Twitter accounts, and I went through them all, and it was the white pube that had it.
That disgusts
I was like,
me.
oh fuck, no. But the first verse of like Mambo Number 5 fits into the long tweet, and that is like the only thing that's allowed.
Oh God. I saw someone tweeting the lyrics to that song. Was it All Star? Hey now.
Oh,
the beginning first verse.
The Shrek song.
Yeah, I think that fits in. I'm not sure.
I saw someone like just capital letter, no spaces, do the first verse of All Too Well by Taylor Swift, and I like really got sad because it was when Taylor Swift was good.
See, right, this is a whole other thing. The fact that you kind of stand for Taylor Swift still.
We can't
doing
get
this
into
in public.
Taylor
We're doing this in
Swift.
public.
She's a show.
No, now, but
She
you
used to be quite.
into it.
She was like naive and a good weird villain, so it was fine to like her. It was okay.
Yeah. Anyway, aside from Taylor Swift, hello, come on in.
Hi.
We've got a live studio.
I
audience.
honestly had no idea that
expect
there'd be
people to
seats
turn
here.
up. Put the seats out thinking maybe people will come. Didn't expect it. Glad to have you. But I'm quite interested in the way I kind of think through Twitter. Because I mainly do that on my personal account, but I feel like multiple times you've done that on the White Pube account.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm a tweet and delete person. I tweeted something yesterday and I had to delete it, and I like had a bit of a sweaty panic for about an hour in case anyone had seen it.
What did you tweet?
It's not a bad thing. I just tweeted that punching Nazis was like the new happy slapping, and I'm okay with it. And I thought like, oh fuck, what if someone on our timeline has got a history of bullying and they got happy slapped?
Yeah.
So I deleted it because I was scared.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I mean,
it was like it's happy slapping with intention, so it's fine. Is what I meant to say.
It's like politicized happy slapping.
I might still tweet it.
I feel like with the 280 characters, you can go a bit more into depth.
It's disgusting. Carry on.
But like when we so we did a film screening called Zayn Malik Zindabad, and that with the whole idea for that kind of doing that screening, it was so it was like curated. We curated like loads of other artists and myself, which was cheeky. But the remit for it was you had to be South Asian, and that was it. You had to be a South Asian person making moving image of some sort. We had like Instagram videos, like actually kind of really high def shit, like, but then also like on the complete other end of the spectrum, like 30-second clips off Instagram. And the whole intention was to like turn it into like a banal brown cube, make like brownness banal, and like talk about the quality of the work and not the artist's identity. But like, I kind of find it really weird that started because I was on Twitter tweeting like a little thread about like on International Women's Day, like, oh, I'm like really angry that actually, you know, can we like talk about this canon of like brown female artists and the fact that I have nowhere to put this film.
Mm-hmm. I think it was different as well because Twitter didn't always have threads, and you wouldn't have been able to do that otherwise.
No, I know. That is quite strange though, the way that like it can become long form. Yeah. Like,
but it's not. I don't know. It's not long form. It's like something else. It's like, I don't know. It's
like a series of like ambling thoughts. I feel.
Yeah.
Like, I've done some messy threads in my time.
Yeah.
Some really messy threads.
I don't know.
It's a weird thing.
It's good. I just think like the Twitter is kind of a massive part of what we do. It's like if it was in percentages, it would be like quite substantial. When we kind of realized that the White Pube isn't just the website, it's definitely the Instagram and it's definitely the Twitter. And we've got people who only follow one and don't know that the other ones exist, and that's what I get a little bit like pissed off about, because everyone who just follows the Instagram is missing the long threads and like the times that we can like at people, like actually at them.
But like, we also do very specific things on the Instagram and Twitter that don't ever really make it onto the website.
I know.
So like,
I know.
it is kind of like a fun ecosystem.
Yeah, it is.
It's a fun ecosystem.
To quote myself.
Self-quote. But like, we do these very specific things that like we kind of have like compartmentalized what it is the white pube does. And very specific things happen on Twitter. Like, should we talk about Harry Medley? I've been trying to like, think, like, should we talk about that? Because it's a very specific thing that happened on Instagram and then moved on over to Twitter. And I was like, should we talk? Oh, I've just fucking chin butted. I'm like, sorry about that if you heard that. Like, should we talk about that? I don't know. 'Cause I feel like
I think we could just talk about like Twitter drama generally. Yeah. I think sometimes people reply to tweets and I forget that they can. And I think I shoot, like, it's not that I shit myself or like, it's not, and it's also not that my like stomach drops a bit. But I just think like, oh, sometimes I wish you could say things and just like leave it be. Like it's fine if we...
Sometimes the response is a bit like, I don't really want to.
The Twitter atmosphere, I think, because it is quite commie, can be like, okay, but justify what you've just said or like back it up. Go on, back it up. Or I know more about you, so you shouldn't be saying these things. Yeah. And that's so stressful sometimes because what we write on the website doesn't have any comment section and Instagram does, and it's like all these different like ways of delivering criticism, and that Twitter can sometimes be like too close to tennis. Not that I'm like a dictator, but it does stress me out.
It is nice to sometimes just like drop it and run away. Like you just want to kind of like get it out there, like word shit. Ben and like those bags of dog poo that people set on fire outside. You just want to leave it to burn. Houses in America. To like stamp on it. It's
really annoying. Yeah. Like I tweeted, I remember tweeting the artist-led spaces would be better.
Oh my God,
if they were curator-led instead. Because I still believe that. Like I think I don't understand why everyone's trying to stretch themselves to be like 9 million different things at once. And the curation kind of skill set is so particular and it's
very specific and you can't like it is a skill set which I feel like
everyone can't be expected to have that, and which is absolutely fine. So like
there should be room for specificity as well. Like,
so can't I just tweet that and walk away?
But that tweet got quite a large response. That tweet got like anger from people who were like part of artist-led spaces and knew better than me, and it's like shush. Yeah. I can't be bothered. And I was in work, and this is what I keep doing. I keep like tweeting those things in work, and I shouldn't, because then I'm like so distracted. Maybe you need like a kind of dedicated amount of time. Like, I've got a free evening.
I know. Because that's what
something slightly controversial.
I know.
But I feel like you should be able to kind of not respond or like refuse a response.
I don't know.
It's interesting that there's like a kind of pressure to reply, because I feel that as well. Like when Brooke Purvis was like hurling abuse at us on Twitter. We have a Twitter troll, or had. I don't know whether he's past or present tense.
He hasn't died. He's going to be a troll forever.
I mean, he's no longer active.
No.
He's no longer working as our Twitter troll. I feel like for a long time we kind of had him on payroll as like an official TWP
super
troll.
Awkward.
But so he no longer tweets us. But while he was, he'd just tweet this like vitriol that was kind of like completely like non sequitur in comparison to what he was replying to. It was just like blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
But like I felt the urge within me to reply, even though I knew like there's no point replying.
It's like, you know, on YouTube, the way certain videos the comments are closed for. I think that's such an interesting like stance. And sometimes I feel like that's what the whitepube.com is.
Yes.
It's like, this is us, this is what we think, and whatever.
Maybe then when you want to like just poop some
I should just do it on the website.
Maybe we should have a little page, a little notebook where you just poop thoughts.
I know. Well, that's what private Twitter accounts are for.
Yeah, that's true.
Or like friends.
As well, like private Twitter accounts. I feel like I don't have any followers on my private.
Same.
And that's fine. I don't want anyone to see it. It's just about kind of writing it and getting it out and like kind of, again, to use a shit metaphor, just pooping it out. Like, it's kind of expelling it from your body.
Yeah. It's weird, like, that is just what happens with writing. I think, like, I've just been writing the Berwick film review on the train down.
Yeah.
And I've like, so we went to the Berwick Film Festival like last Wednesday to last Monday.
Yeah.
And I've been in work all week and just been like messing about doing other things. So I haven't thought about it until like today when I was like sat down to write, and suddenly I was like articulate and I like had thoughts, and I like was really into how like I was into what I was writing, which is what happens on, I don't know if this, I personally don't find that there's enough space on Twitter to do that until I do threads.
Yeah.
Which is like, and it's a very specific use, my like alt account, which is, so when I don't know, I've had like quite an emotional year and things have been happening. I've been like trying to learn how I just like deal with things emotionally completely. So like if, I don't know, say I have like a bit of an argument with my sister and I get like this weird reaction and I'm like, oh, and she's like, oh, you're so sensitive, blah, blah, blah. You know, this, I'm just saying something normal, but you're taking it really badly. I would like then go away and open notes, like the notes app on my phone, and like write into it about like what had happened, both of our reactions, and try and figure out like where the tension was or something, or like,
goodness, that's such a like specific reaction.
No,
like,
I know,
kind of
because I think like it's almost like, I don't know whether I'm such a writer that this is happening, but like I almost don't know how I feel until I've started writing it.
Oh, same.
Like completely
the same.
And it's like my emotions are like on pause until I like start to type.
I feel
it's like, oh, this is
thing.
it.
Like I kind of just feel like this tightness in my chest, and I'm like, oh, it's not nice. I don't like this. I don't like this, and I'll like write about it on my Anon account, maybe in a less kind of structured way. Like I don't tweet about what happens. I'm just like, oh, I fucking hate this person. That was fucking shitty of them. What bastard.
No,
like
that,
and then once that's out, I'm like, oh, right, I can locate my anger.
That's it. Like that's why I have to write what happens as well, so I can like map it properly and figure out like, is this something that I'm reacting to like because of my own shit, or is it like the other person's shit? You know, like,
yeah.
So
maybe that's like a step more developed than mine. Like, maybe I need to like kind of take the next step of like being able to not just locate it, but like also place it in relation to all the others.
It's like having a friend who is just like completely non-judgmental, and you can just like bounce things off of and see what sticks. Like, and I think so. I was doing that on notes since I've had a phone, and then I was using it so much this year. I was like, I don't know. And then I learned that alt Twitter accounts existed, and people would like have one that was anonymous, or like, you know, they'd never shared and it was just kept private, and they would just like vomit into it. And I see all the time people saying like, oh, I'm like screaming into the void on my alt account and stuff, and it's like, it's so therapeutic, and it's like, but it's quite dangerous as well, because you are still publishing something.
Oh, yeah.
It's not the notes, you know, it's like, not like writing into notes
can trace
anymore.
it back to you.
It's not a diary.
Like,
It's like all of your shit is like online. You've just like locked the door on it.
But like I've grabbed the pen for emphasis here, because like you saying like it is technically still public, whether there are like followers or not, or whether like it's private or not, like regardless of whether you've got no followers and it's private, it is still like a public thing. I really don't feel this. Like I kind of just like walk on the edge, like just spurting my feelings. I've done that for quite a long time. Like when I was 18, I got into a fight with like a friend of mine because I was like writing shit about like my feelings, like the same thing, like on my Anon account on a Tumblr that was private, but like of course she was my friend, so she followed it. And I was like, oh shit, I forgot that it's not like a journal, it's like public. Like you forget. I kind of can't come to terms, really. I can't get my head around the fact that like you're still speaking publicly, because it doesn't feel that way. It's very kind of like, ooh, confessional, and like,
because it's just you're the user, like you're not sat next to someone using, like you haven't got two mice on like a computer, have you? It's not like two touchpads. It's not like we all use one shared phone. It's weird. Oh, it's so intense.
It's very intense.
That's what I love about writing though, and that's like just the act of learning what's inside your head a little bit better, and it coming out. Or like, you know, like when there's I've had a blister all week. I just like popped it this morning, but you know, there's like a blister and it's like building up tension and like your fingers starting to just hurt generally a little bit, and then you just put a pin in it and it all comes out, and it's like
I think of it as like I've got this like little, you know, Mario Badescu's drying lotion.
No.
That little thing that you like kind of, you dip your Q-tip into it and it's like this little pink dust that's like suspended in water.
Yeah.
And you like put the Q-tip in the little pink dust and it's like damp, silty stuff, and you can put it on your spots and it like dries them up. It like kind of makes them go. And I think of my Anon account as like the drying lotion, like kind of pinpointing with like this little Q-tip, like very accurately, like, oh, you're there and you're gonna go away soon, but like, hello, I acknowledge you.
Yeah.
Like, kind of.
That's so funny. Like, but all of this level is almost like what we're trying to achieve with the white pube a little bit, but obviously it's a bit more.
I feel like with the white pube, there are certain, like, with my Anon account, I'm like, okay, I don't want people to read this. There are some things that I'll say on the white pube that I definitely want people to read.
I know.
Like, regardless of whether I want them to respond.
Yeah, and I think there's, well, I don't know, that's quite interesting. Like the amount of the stuff that we've published is so personal, like in our actual art criticism.
Oh God, yeah.
And I feel like generally like so confident about like how to speak about my emotions and things like that in a way that I really just still don't quite, I'm not at the same level with art. And when I make comments like, oh, I don't think curator-led spaces should, or artist-led spaces should blah, 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 be led by artists, maybe, and curators would do a better job. It's so different, and so that's why it feels like a little bit, I don't know, more of an attack or something when people reply, because I'm like,
Didn't want that.
I don't want to talk about knowledge. I want to talk about something else.
Yeah. Maybe it's about like, maybe we're expecting a complicity in our agenda of like kind of only feeling things, and everyone's like, oh no, let's like have it, like discourse with a capital D, and we're like feelings with a small f.
Yeah, and it stresses me out. Like, obviously no one has to agree with your feelings. No. So it's fine.
But like maybe that's where the friction kind of is. Like that lack of complicity. Yeah.
Or like the lack of complicity as a way to accuse you of not knowing enough or something, or blah. It's upsetting.
It is.
I just want to tweet nice things and some statements, and provocations,
controversial shit.
It's quite weird. Like I turned off the Twitter notifications for the white pube earlier on in the year, and I think like our Twitter got so much calmer or something, or like it was weird. We kind of, when we started, we got like, I don't know, about 500 followers, and then it quite quickly climbed to about 1,500, and it just stayed there for about a year. Yeah. And
I remember us like kind of talking about like, and then it's gone down. Oh, it's like a little hill.
It was
you can't,
so
like,
weird.
have the momentum to go over.
And that was like the stage where we were both so tired with notifications that we both turned off.
Oh God.
And
we both went through a thing where like every time my phone would light up, I'd just kind of like
flip
it over. Like I couldn't have dinner unless my phone was like screen down.
Yeah.
I've still got notifications on. I've just got a bit
better at ignoring them. But I think I opted back in. And I'm not saying that it's all my doing, but as soon as I turned back on the notifications, our number follower number doubled.
It was just because
I started to be like, I'm gonna not fight back. It's not always antagonistic, but it's like, it's more like, I'm present now. Yeah. And it was like a bit more life had gone into the Twitter account, which was really nice.
I find as well, this is like maybe a little bit of a segue, but I found before the white pube Twitter, I used to just kind of like shout into the void a little bit. Like that was my main account. Like people followed me, people listened, people retweeted and liked, but like if people replied, I wouldn't reply. I'd be like, I was like aloof and standoffish. Yeah, but like not because I was like too cool, just because like I wanted to like not talk to people a little bit. Like I just wanted to like shit things out. Yeah. And I feel like with the response, like because the response was like a lot more present on the white pube account, you kind of like can't.
Yeah, I know.
Not reply.
You can't not reply.
And I feel like something shifted on my personal account, and I've been much more friendly and courteous and open. So
good.
That's a good thing.
So weird. I've been like obviously thinking about Twitter this week because of this. I have no idea what my personal account is for anymore. I honestly have no clue because I think I'm one of those people that is like, I'm either having a full-on emotional conversation about whatever it is, or I'm like talking about art. I don't know who I am in between that. And
don't have to divide the two things.
Yeah, so I've got like the White Pube account logged in, I've got my work account logged in, I've got my alt account, and then I've got like the one that I've had for years, which is at Gabrielle DLP.
Yeah.
That used to be.
You used to be.
Oh my Gab.
And
which was an excellent
Can we
name.
actually talk about that? Because you used to be Twitter famous in Liverpool, didn't you?
Well, no, I wasn't Twitter famous at all. It wasn't that many followers. But, oh God, drama, right? So, I used to be with this boy. Oh, I can't be bothered talking about this, but I've started now.
Oh, no,
and no, it's fine. But basically, like, a picture went round of like, we'd gone to, someone had booked out like this big function room thing for a party. And this is like, I just started dating this guy and I just started drinking as well. And I did not know my, like, whatever. But there was a picture of like him sat down and me like on top of him from behind. So you couldn't really, like, you couldn't identify either of us, but
you just see, like,
you could just like kind of see that you could work it out from other photos. And someone like, apparently it was going around all schools like, oh my God, it's been like straddling some boy. And I was like, well, to be fair, oh my God was straddling some boy. It was a boyfriend, but whatever.
Also, it's like, fine, straddle who you want.
But something about like being referred to as the Twitter name didn't feel like cool. It felt a little bit like, I don't know. So I don't know. It felt like quite a young Twitter account because I'd had it since 2010 or something. So I deleted it and started again.
Okay.
Because also I was about to come into a point where I was like ready to go to university, and I don't know, you tweet a certain amount of shit, and I think there's a limit on how much shit you can get away with posting. And I just wanted to wipe the slate clean and like
be a new person. Yeah.
As I've said to you, people change every like 2 years in my head. Everyone is different. It's fine.
Say? I think you said a really good thing when we
were in Edinburgh.
You said like, Serena, I've been like 7 different people since I was 17.
Exactly. Like, yeah, and that was one of like the metamorphoses. Like I couldn't. Ugh.
How beautiful though that it was like closing a nice book, deleting your Twitter and starting a new one, like just kind of switching over.
Kind of because I was slut shamed though.
Oh yeah,
which was like a little bit awkward. I don't know,
dark, but
it felt weird.
Like, that makes me really sad that you were slut shamed into like closing a Twitter account, but also fine because you morphed into,
it was a
like,
part of it. So it was fine.
Yeah.
But it did, I don't know, it just made me cringe. I was like, ooh.
It is weird being referred to as a handle, I guess.
I know.
Never happened to me because my handle's always been Zarina Mohammed. So like, it's fine if you refer to me as my handle, that's my fucking name. But like, I find it quite weird when people tweet me like, oh, I saw you at like King's Cross today. And I'm like,
am I famous?
Where are you? Like, not even like just normal people. People that like follow me. Like, oh, I think I saw you when I had pink hair.
Okay.
Like that was like the peak of it. People would be like, oh, I think I saw you at like Southgate.
Oh, that's so funny.
Oh God, I just revealed where I live. But like, I found that quite weird on Twitter, just tweeting me because that's where they know me from.
Yeah.
Like, it's not the same kind of friction. Is that even a friction?
No, that's
it's
fine.
It's just like an uncomfortability, I guess.
But yeah, what I was gonna say was like, the alt account gets all the drama. The work account gets the work tweets. The White Pube gets the art tweets. And then my personal account, I feel like as soon as I got a boyfriend, he became Twitter for me. And he gets all like the messages first.
Aww.
So I don't need the Twitter account anymore.
Because you got someone to tell.
Because I've got someone to tell all my stories to.
Aww.
Yeah.
I feel like when something not similar, not the same thing happened to me when me and Shash started going out, but like I just started tweeting things he said. Yeah. Like kind of whatever I said to him that kind of disappeared into him. kind of got replaced with like funny things he said that like go completely uncredited, by the way.
That's like the opposite of what happens with Michael, whereby like he says things that are so interesting, and so like he said them in less than 140 characters as well, I know from my head, and I'm like, oh my god, you should tweet that, and he never will. Like he only tweets it if it's like a really funny, harmless joke, but he's actually a really critical person, and he's super clever.
I know a really great way to solve all these problems. You know how like couples have vlog channels?
Oh my god. No, it would cause so much drama.
That'd be so fun. It'd be so good.
No. Nah. Not the type of person.
Oh, wait, like what kind of like?
I can't
I
can't say what he would say. But he's good. He's good at Twitter.
Be good.
He did a tweet the other day that got to 4,000 likes.
I saw that.
That was funny.
And then afterwards I saw him be like, by the way, if you want to buy some of my work.
Yeah, I know.
And
that was
like,
so funny.
Good on you.
His Twitter account is MCHHLCY. Michaelisi. Yeah.
Got a viral tweet. What was it? It was about...
He'd found like... It was, I don't know, he was reading a Wikipedia page about a film, and someone had said, yeah, like a funny thing about how they got the guy naked, they took his clothes off. I don't know, I'm explaining the joke and it's just not funny. You just should just find the tweet. Yeah. What were your questions just for this entire podcast?
The entire podcast. I guess I had some questions about like your personal account, because I feel like I've compartmentalized quite well. In that I know what goes on the white pew, but it's all the stuff that I don't want to say on my personal account.
Because we can hide behind one layer of anonymity, because it might be me.
Things that I want to say that I can like kind of just refuse accountability for by pretending that you said it, like the contentious shit.
I love doing that.
And like all the boring stuff goes on my personal account, quite frankly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is it. Like,
what's it like for you?
I remember when it was on the old account. I remember I hadn't had a shit day. It was a weird day where I just found out I got like a B rather than an A on my English AS level.
Oh.
And I was like really gutted, because I was like, oh, fucking what? Like, I've been smashing everything. What happened? Like, I honestly just didn't even know what had gone wrong for me to get a B. Not that a B is bad. I'm just a nerd. And it was the same day that there was a massive tsunami in Japan. And I remember seeing all these tweets about, like, you know, a natural disaster, and just being like, oh, I don't even want to. I think I tweeted, I don't even want to tweet. I don't feel like what I've got to say is like worth the timeline type thing. And just some random person who followed me was like, just tweet what you want. Don't even think about it. I was like, that is so like, but in a kind of liberating, cute, supportive friend way.
Yeah.
I was like, that was actually really nice.
Yeah.
And I go through these phases of like remembering that and just tweeting anything that comes out.
Yeah.
And then like the phase I'm in right now is like more refined, selective tweets that are kind of poetic but also funny. Yeah. So like the one the other day was that I've always thought that I could hear owls outside because I live next to a park. I always thought I could hear owls in the park at night. No, sorry.
It was the other way around.
I always thought I could hear drunk girls in the park because I've got like, there's a bandstand next to the house and I'm in Liverpool, whatever. So I just always thought it was drunk girls booing. But it turns out it was always owls this whole time. I've been there for like 23 years. Yeah. And I was like, that is so nice. And that like little tiny tweet, like that felt like a tweet for that account. Yeah. Maybe you're in like... Weird.
Yeah. I like that idea of like going through phases like the moon.
Yeah.
Like just kind of, today it's a little bit more selective, a little bit more curated.
Yeah.
A bit more specific.
I don't know if it probably is curation because I've got so many different Twitter accounts, but it is like it feels a bit more refined. Yeah. Feels like this is like one, like the type of punchline not that it is a punchline, but the type of line that someone would write in like a Christmas cracker, as opposed to like the stuff that you just say to your friend on the bus. Yeah. All the Christmas cracker tweets go on Gabrielle DLP.
Maybe not curated then, like considered.
Yeah, it is considered, yeah. And I really like, with the Twitter account and the Instagram account for the White Pube, I'm so conscious of like having to get content out. Not in a kind of contrived way, but in a more like, I want those accounts to be active and present and to kind of keep their momentum up, because I think that's part of the reason we're like doing quite well, air quotes again, because we've pushed for it and we're like, no, we're here, we're like kicking and screaming.
Thing, like kind of populating a shared account where we're doing like a specific thing as the White Pube, to like it doesn't feel like spam, whereas if I like post more than 3 things a week on my personal Instagram, I'm like, I need to calm down. I'm getting a bit keen.
I've posted like 2 tweets on Gabrielle DLP this month.
Really?
Like 2. This is it. Like something about that Twitter account is like some weird cupboard. I just open up every so often and put something nice in. And every so often I go, oh, I did, but this is it as well. Because I had that since first year. I think I went for a little bit without a Twitter account. So I had a first year account. I'd like opened Gabrielle DLP, and then about 2-3 months ago I realized that like, even though Michael uses Twitter all the time, he only had 300 tweets, and I was like, why have you only got 300 tweets? Like, what are you doing? Like, do you delete the what? I was like, are you just deleting the ones that don't get any likes and keeping the best ones, even though you've had Twitter for years? And he was like, oh no, I just like have an app attached to it that deletes everything over like, 2 months old. And I was like, what? That's a thing?
What is the name of that app?
So I've done that. So I've deleted everything that is more than a year old, rather than whatever he's got on, which is insane. Like 2-3 months.
I think the limit for me would probably be like 3 years.
Well, and then I did that, and I like made the cut, and then I've remembered tweets that I really like, I'm glad I wrote, that are now deleted. And I was like, oh fuck. So like there's the tweet that I published in like second year that was like, oh, I've just woken up, and I looked in the mirror and I thought I had a love bite, but actually it was like a piece of pastry from bedtime eating, because like I
remember that tweet. That's a fucking classic.
It was good.
That was a good tweet.
And I also think like, should I tweet those things again? Will anyone remember? Because like they're lost now, they're gone. I'm gonna forget them eventually. And there was a tweet like, I think my aesthetic is the long hair you get between your I think my aesthetic is the long hair you find between your cheeks after showers, which I always thought was like really like kind of sing-songy and nice, and also very me. And that's gone now, because that was older than a year.
What's the name of the app?
Oh, just Google it. I don't know. It's called like Delete My Tweets, and you can add extensions to like social media things. That's one of them.
Because I feel like maybe not for Twitter, because I'm a sentimental person. I think apart from like the shit I used to write on my Twitter account when I was like 15 about like, I should be revising, but instead I'm watching Jeremy Kyle. Lol. Like, I'm procrastinating because I'm cool. I'm not a nerd.
When everyone learned the word procrastinating and just like absolutely, it was the buzzword for like 4 years.
Like apart from that shit, I feel like I'm quite sentimental about like everything else.
Yeah.
Like, even if it was me being annoying about like, I really like samosas. Samosas are my best friends. I care about samosas more. Like even like that. Like I'm still like, oh, that was me. Like I can't like look back and I feel like I can't delete it. Like
I know what you mean. I don't know, but also like you can download your archive. So then just do that and delete shit.
Actually, I don't know. Yeah, because I'd like to see it, but I don't want other people to see it. Yeah, fair enough. Okay, all right.
It's weird. I don't know. Twitter's mad, and like I realize like how much I've got so much respect for people who are Twitter users. Like I feel like it's quite rare when we do talks at universities and we say like at the end like, oh, by the way, our Twitter is this, our Instagram is the White Pube. We get like 40 follows on the Instagram and no one follows the Twitter account. Like no one.
Who was talking about this? Lou McNamara from 12O. I think when was it? I can't remember what we were talking about, but she was saying like, actually Twitter's like a really interesting place for an artist to be, isn't it? Like Instagram is the obvious place, because like, oh, we're visual people, we think visually. I don't.
Fuck that.
I don't. Like I
really don't. Like I'm a writer.
Yeah. Or like I think in words and then they just kind of like plop out and that's an image, maybe by chance or like whatever, but like my Instagram is just like zoomed in on like balls of fluff. Like it's not I don't think visually on my Instagram. Like I think Twitter is like a nice space to enter into as an artist and like kind of place bits in and like function as an artist on Twitter and like navigate that instead of like I always like instead of like putting all my install shots on Instagram, I like putting them on Twitter.
Yeah. There's something special about images that end up on Twitter, which is again because I realized I was using the Gabrielle DLP account less and less and less. It feels easier now to just post photos.
That's interesting.
It's weird that I wouldn't put on Instagram.
Well, I mean, what? Hold on,
like,
pull it up. What images do you have on?
Photo. It's always photos like when I'm cat sitting.
Oh yeah.
So just loads of like.
I remember.
In a more of an update way, like, oh, this is my situation right now. That I don't think sits as or is like articulated well enough. That sense of like, oh, this is what I'm doing right now, as Instagram is. I think Instagram's often used in like this is what my life's like.
Oh yeah.
Whereas Twitter is like, this is what I'm doing now.
Yeah, it's like.
So
I
photos
feel less focused on like the image being nice to look at, and it's more like kind of, hey, yeah, okay, I got you.
So it reads differently on both.
I was just looking at your media now, and it's just like it's
just me
when you went to Kirby and like
cycled
over the water. That was really. Oh yeah,
just me and cats.
Aww.
I don't know.
Really sweet. I remember. I can't remember when this was, but I think it was when I was debating whether I should publish that picture of me on the toilet at WA.
Yeah.
And you and Michael were tweeting from your account, like, we've got your Instagram account up on the TV screen. That was so funny.
That was really funny.
What a nice way of like kind of connecting the two. Like what a nice kind of tenuous bridge from one app to the other.
Yeah,
like,
so
let's discuss this image.
So just to like, if people, I'm sure people aren't going to know what the fuck you just said. Zarina had posted a photo of her on a toilet.
Oh no, I think I was like trying to figure out whether I should.
Yeah.
Or like, I was like, I took this picture of me on the toilet, like pants down on the toilet. You couldn't see anything, but like, and then there was a mirror in front of me, and it was at WA Nails in Soho. And so it's like a nice fancy bathroom.
And me and Michael, we were talking about something like about your hair or something, or like
you were like going back through my Instagram,
we had bought brand. The weird thing was like we had a HDMI cable in his laptop onto the telly, and we were then on your Instagram account, on desktop Instagram, on a TV.
Yeah.
And we were going through
layers,
which is
meta.
so many like layers.
Peeling that onion, like
looking through your like Instagram photos. And then we clicked on this. And then I thought it was really funny that we had this situation was happening in like a room in Liverpool, not even my house. I was cat sitting for someone else. And we had a photo of Zarina up on the toilet. And Michael was like next to it, and it was just really big and funny. So I'd taken a photo of that, Michael next to the telly and Zarina in it, and tweeted it to Zarina saying like, look what we're doing. But then he really thought it was funny. So after we tweeted that image, we went across to Twitter on desktop on this telly, got the photo up, and we just kind of then took a photo of that and added it into a thread of about 4 photos.
And just kept going, like pictures of Michael
and he was
Lacey
just doing
changing
different
his
poses.
T-shirt. Like, well, hold on, let me just take off my jumper and take this picture.
Oh God,
it's so funny.
It was funny. It felt really like a good little joke between the three of us that was just on Twitter.
Oh. I feel like maybe if you're watching the archived version of the show, I'll have it like on screen here. Which way? Here. Now I'll put like a little insert of this thread. Or like maybe when you were talking, I'll put that on. Weird. Sorry for the live viewers, you can't see it. Maybe search it.
No, yeah, it's kind of like a pointless thing to remember, but
but it is like,
it was cute.
I feel like as well, like that's such like I really like moments like that where it's like you kind of see things bleeding into each other, and like Twitter does the thing, like kind of facilitates these very tiny small moments that feel kind of insignificant, but actually it's like really weird.
It's weird.
Like, I feel like that's why I'm doing this, because I've had so many moments where like it's been weird, and like I feel like I wouldn't be not just the writer I am, like, but like the artist I am without Twitter.
Yeah.
My stomach's grumbling. Sorry if you can hear that.
No, but I've just been thinking like the difference is that all of my family are on Instagram, but no one's got Twitter. So there's, I don't know,
Same.
there's something about like how I then use them differently and like consequence that, 'cause I don't want them to see certain things. Or like, I don't know, it'd be weird.
Yeah.
But like with the White Pubes Twitter account, some super famous people follow it that I just every so often I remember, and I just think, oh shit. And not that should be the reaction, but I'm like,
Feels more
Grace
visible.
and Perry follows like 150 people, but we're one of them.
Yeah.
And we're just talking about Love Island obsessively. So when he goes on, he must just see hundreds of tweets from us
About
instead
Love
of like
Island,
other
like,
people that he is interested in.
crying about
Like we're just
Marcel and
making a
Montana.
show of ourselves. And Jerry
It's so
Saltz as well.
hyper-visible,
It's so
isn't it?
bad.
We're very visible on the White Pube, and like
Yeah.
in some way that's probably why I pretend that like you've tweeted
That I've
half the shit
tweeted
I've
it.
said. Like, just because it's nice to be like when you've got that like increased level of visibility
Yeah.
to then be like, it wasn't me, it wasn't like
Yeah.
and also to have that like kind of semi-anonymous or not even anonymous, like just kind of collective identity
Yeah.
to not hide behind, but like a little less me and you and
Yeah. Which is why like I
whoever's there
think
listening.
less about who the followers are, because it's such a mass that every so often I remember like the individuals and I'm like you feel a little bit embarrassed.
Yeah.
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 In a way that again I just don't do when we publish full on texts.
Yeah. But I guess as
So
well, like, the
it's so
texts are,
particular.
like, a lot more considered. This is like a half-formed thought. Okay, let me just like try and work this out. The texts are more, I keep chin butting the mic. I'm just gonna. Sorry if you hear this, but like the texts are more considered, but like the response to them is always on Twitter.
Yes.
That's
this
weird,
is a thing.
First of all, that's a thing. But then on Twitter, like, I feel like the texts, like, unless it's like a smash hit text, never really get that many likes or retweets in comparison to like the fun, contentious things we say.
Yeah.
So,
This is like
weighing.
This is bizarre. I don't know whether it's something we should have expected since we started, but like
I mean, it makes sense. But
the White Pube is us publishing a text every Sunday, and it might be an exhibition review and it might be something else. So
mostly just exhibition reviews, I feel.
So outside of Sundays, we just tweet profusely about shit and about art and about life and TV and whatever.
Yeah.
Just different things, and we interact with people and whatever. The same goes for the Instagram, where we like publish photos of us or like art that we've visited or dogs. So on a Sunday then we publish like, we've published a review, and it really drops off. And I think like, are people feeling bad that they can't be asked to read the text? Because it's not true, because the website hits for... So when we go on the analytics for the website, on a Sunday, it just like goes up by like 20 million %. It, for some reason, it's Sundays and Tuesdays. I was looking the other day. They're the busiest days on the website. So I know people are reading. But and then fair enough, also you might read it and not want to retweet it because you don't want to share it, and you almost might not want to reply.
Yeah, or even liking it. Maybe like I'd be interested to find out like the analytics, like who's clicking through. I've never bothered to look at the analytics on our Twitter account. Just
same.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know how many impressions it got, because like, what does that even mean?
We should probably pay more attention, like how many people who have visited the website that day came from Twitter, and how many people know now that we publish on Sundays and check.
Yeah. But
I don't know,
it's
weird.
Something that we don't, I feel. Like, we don't check because, like, I'm interested in the way different things get different amounts of likes on Instagram.
Yeah.
On Twitter, I'm more happy to just kind of like put it down to like complete, not like fluke, but like there is an element of like, you just like throw it into the wind and see what happens.
No, completely.
With Instagram, I feel like you can chart it a bit more.
Same.
Like the pictures of us get loads more likes than just pictures of the
art.
work. Yeah. Which, I mean, I feel like out of all the images that we post, the ones that we post on Sunday get the least likes. Yeah. Which is weird.
It's bizarre, like, when that is, like, the central thing we're supposed to be doing. Yeah. And that's the reason people say that they, like, support us. It's not because, like, we've posted a banging selfie, is it? I don't understand.
Is it low key though? Because we post banging selfies. It's okay. You can tell us.
Which of the followers are following us for the brand rather than the content, or like, you know, not the content but the criticism?
Yeah.
Do they like that we're like critics, but they don't?
Yeah.
Do they not read what we're saying?
Yeah. I'd be interested to know as well, like how many of our Instagram followers read what we say on the White Pube, and like how many of our Twitter followers. So I know there's a crossover, but there are people that like only use one.
But also Twitter's much more linkable, like in a way that
true.
Instagram just for some reason still is not.
Why can't you put hyperlinks
why can't you put
captions?
links in the caption or the comments? It probably must be, but
It's
like
stupid.
there must be ways to fish that, and like bastards. Just ask us. We use it enough.
Yeah.
Got ideas.
Like I personally, in terms of like Twitter, like making 280 characters a thing, I'd much rather I'd much rather be able to like make DMs like you know, on like emails, like the email app on the phone. I'd much rather be able to like mark DMs as unread. Like I feel like that'd be much more of a useful update than 280 characters.
Yeah, I agree.
I say that, but I'm probably going to be the one that uses 280. I need those 280 characters. I can't think concisely.
Do not. Please don't tweet long tweets.
Because like sometimes it's not really a thread if you're linking 2 tweets.
No.
Like, what was I just say that in one? I don't feel too bad about that. Change is a good thing.
Like, no. Someone tweeted the other day, you know, there's been so much division. It was like someone from America. There's been so much division and political crisis in this country. But I'm glad the one thing we can all agree on is that people aren't using Facebook stories. And I was like, oh my God, same. I think it's going to be the same with long tweets. Yeah. We're not using long tweets. No.
Because I don't want to be a scab, but like I haven't tried it yet. I don't know how it feels. I just want to try it out. I want to take it for a test.
It's bizarre. Like you know when you normally tweet and there's like it says 140. It says 140 in the middle and it goes down and down and down until it goes to red and then it stops. With this now there's a circle and it kind of like moves.
Oh my god.
You want it?
Yeah, I'm just typing nonsense, but like
it takes ages to get to 280. It takes so long.
I'm still going?
No.
I'm still going?
No, it takes ages to get to 280.
Actually, yeah, no, I don't like this.
Delete it.
I hate this. Oh.
It's so weird. It's very fun to like talk very candidly about Twitter.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it.
I feel like this is a weird thing. First of all, this is a weird thing. We're talking to people and like it's not quite a podcast. It's like
I don't know. I feel like
this has been a weird thing. I feel like I've quite enjoyed this.
Same, but I'm wondering like who's gonna enjoy listening to it as well.
Yeah,
been wondering that a lot recently with like art type podcasts.
Who's gonna enjoy listening to it? I don't know. I'm quite happy.
Hardcore Twitter users.
Yeah, hardcore Twitter users. I'm quite happy having this a thing that just kind of sits on my YouTube channel.
It's like, very casual.
Yeah, V-cash. And maybe next year I'll like make it unlisted.
I think a lot of, I think I expect a lot from things and I'm waiting to get things from them, but there doesn't always need to be
I really hope
gains.
This has been boring, like that like you've just kind of clicked away and you're not still watching. Like if this bores you.
Shit.
Like if this bores you, really click off. Like it's not that deep. Like
I won't know, but like a part of this is going to be how many people know exactly. Like, I bet you a lot of people aren't even Twitter users. It's so sad. Twitter's the best one.
Why am I not doing this on Twitter? I don't know how like Twitter Live works. So we can't Periscope this. There's, like, no way. Imagine.
No.
But, like, how funny that I'm doing this on YouTube.
I know. Oh. We were almost. Are you still going to do vlogs? You said the other day.
I keep going on about vlogs. This is off topic, never mind. But like I keep going, like I like the format of like watching other people's vlogs and like such a nice way to like kind of document your life. But like I feel like we do it on Instagram stories. It's just so much effort filming. Like it's such a conspicuous thing. Like I want the outcome without putting in the legwork.
Edit it.
You have to edit it. I still haven't edited that vlog that we tried out
really
ages ago when we went to WAM.
It'd be bizarre now. It might be like outdated, would it?
Like, we didn't put most of that on Instagram stories, so I might just
true. I
might just do it like and put it out as like a special edition.
Do it, please.
Hold
do
tight.
it. Please do it.
Oh,
It would be nice.
I can't be asked to edit it because it's like 4 days of our life.
Well, I was thinking like with the there's Theo.
Oh,
Yeah, come in.
hello.
Come in that way.
Oh my God, what's he doing in London?
I don't know. Oh, weird.
Goodness.
I was thinking like with so it's almost our second birthday, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you know, like with, for example, the Kardashians, when I watched their 10-year anniversary thing, at the end of it, there was just obviously like a supercut of all the best moments and like the funny moments. Where we aren't gonna have that. We can't do like a.
I've been saving some of the Instagram stories. We could do like.
But we've got hardly any. All of our like best moments are gonna be like the funny tweet we did.
We're gonna have to do like.
Or like the photo of crisps in Tesco on Instagram that got like 400 likes.
It's gonna have to be like one of those slideshows with like just screenshots and then like Ken Burnsing into the next one with like some dramatic music.
I want to have like. We should have archived it more. Like when what I said about the other day, but so like Fail Army on YouTube is hysterical. It is the funniest YouTube channel. But I was saying that like as the years go on, basically Fail Army is just again supercuts of.
Do you know what Fail Army is?
Oh, Zarina, please treat. It's very good.
I just watched the Instagram roundup.
They publish like so they do like
same thing.
Monthly videos of you know, like it's like You've Been Framed, but for the internet generation.
Okay.
So it's just, but it's outrageous. It's like the amount of shit Americans do is just stupid. Like people who are driving Jeeps into
they really be putting
the
their
back.
lives on the line,
I don't know. It's so dangerous, but it's so funny to watch. But they, me and Michael were basically saying that as the years go on, there's just going to be like longer and longer videos because more people are going to capture all this shit.
Did you tweet that?
No.
You definitely should.
I told you about it though.
Yeah.
And why aren't we doing the same? We should be. I don't know. I feel like
make
everyone had to warm up
case?
to video. Yeah, I am trying to
like convince me into vlogging.
Yes, please. When I don't know, I feel like there was a very recent move to people using videos and I don't know, post vlog YouTube.
Yeah.
It became a more casual thing that people were doing and now in Instagram stories we're all having to have the confidence to be able to like use social media through the video form
in public.
But I want that to be a part of like our histories now, and I want us to do it more. Just because it'll be so sentimental.
Now we're gonna have to vlog.
I haven't got enough space on my phone for
I'm gonna
any
have
of
to
this.
edit them. All right, fine. All right,
you can
fine.
do it.
Fine, we're doing this. Hold tight for White Pube vlogs.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. Okay, I'm gonna have to edit the one that we.
Yeah, you've got to.
Did earlier. Maybe I'll just like put the Instagram stories from Berwick on YouTube as well. Yeah, we're running quite. We should round this up now.
Any last questions?
What were you thinking about? Because I had some like vague kind of questions that we kind of covered, but when you were saying like, oh, I was thinking about Twitter a lot this week. What were you thinking? I was
mostly thinking about like why I've got 4 Twitter accounts.
That is
and then like
amount, but I have the same number.
No, and then kind of really wondering like, you know, how each one has got a different function, which I've spoken about.
Yeah, we've compartmentalized.
I just realised like my main one it's pointless. But it's fine. It's okay.
It's right.
I've got a boyfriend.
Yeah.
He's Twitter.
Just speaking to him.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. All right. This has been weird and wonderful.
It's been weird.
Yeah. But I feel like we haven't talked about this, which is why I wanted to ask you.
Yeah,
like, we don't really talk about what we do on Twitter.
Yeah.
And I guess it's nice to know.
Yeah.
That this is not just me, like shouting into the void. It's also you.
It's also me.
Also you. It's weird that we have a shared Twitter account where we don't speak about it. Okay, thank you for tuning in. I'm assuming
I just constantly forget that the camera's there. I've been like looking at your thing the whole time. I'm so sorry. Can't make eye contact.
I keep like presenting to the camera like, like I feel like this is like a little bit of a vlog. Like we've vlogged it a bit.
Yeah,
never mind.
That's true.
But yeah, thank you for watching / listening.
Thank
and
see
you tomorrow. You won't see me tomorrow.
Advertise what's happening tomorrow.
So tomorrow I'll be speaking to Amy Clark, who runs Banner Repeater, at the same time. So 2 till 3. But it'll be on Google Hangouts, not this nice slick presentational format that you see above, it'll be on Google Hangouts, so a little bit more DIY.
Yeah.
But it'll still be on YouTube Live. But I'll tweet the link out to that tomorrow, same as I did today. And I mean, I don't know if anyone's watching this, so this can all be conjecture.
This is like the thing in Princess Diaries. Do you know not Mia Thermopolis, Mia's best friend? What's her name? Lily's show, which is called Shut Up and Listen.
Oh my god!
But they don't know if anyone's watching it. Oh my god!
Shut up and listen. I'm so pleased. I need to stop this.
Yeah,
but
please stop
also
it.
don't want to press stop. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Bye.
It's been a pleasure. Bye.